Hey everybody, it's Eva with Budget Your Life. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, October 1st, if you're watching this the day I put this out, and it is time to figure out how much I'm going to do for an extra debt payment for my debt, all my challenges. I'm just excited to jump in. So I finished a couple of these. I'm going to make this one debt that you can't see. And then this one is from bingo that I play with Danny at Craft Co Budgets on Monday nights. So I'm going to put that to the side. This one actually might go towards the randomizer. So I actually had to take $10 for pizza for dinner tonight, just full disclosure. So I'm just going to start emptying everything and just chatting. So I hope everybody is doing okay. I am doing well. I'm excited to kind of jump in here. Just take a peek at that. That is just from our debt binder on Tuesday nights. That's not true. This is from the debt binder and 2 fairy tale Saturdays. Definitely one, but at least 2 fairy tale Saturdays, or maybe 2 fairy tale Saturdays. So I'm excited. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start dumping everything out, and I'm going to sort it between extra debt payment and everything else. And why I'm doing that is, well, actually, that's not true. I knew I was going to need a third cash tray. I always need a third cash tray. All right. So I am going to put our randomizer, what would be called a randomizer, here. So I'm not really doing a randomizer anymore, but you'll kind of see what I'll explain as I go. So there was going to be a bonus video today, but that did not happen. Life is completely lifing. I don't know what I'm doing with that one yet. Some of these are Christmas, and that will go to Christmas. So that's kind of what this tray will be. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So many ones. So I'll put Christmas here, and some of my ones that I already had suggestions on the back, like this is landscaper. This one is definitely going to go to the landscaper. But some of these are like, let's see, Amazon Prime, Buffer, all that I'm going to put in here. And like I said, I'll kind of explain how I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to make a mess. Rando. How are you guys doing? I just wanted to jump in here. So I'm like just kind of not really thinking things through. So if it's not listed, I think I'm putting it into randomizer. But after we count the debt, if I want to get something like bump it up a little bit, I'll take it from the randomizer. Okay, so that's Christmas. I'm all over the place. I'm going to start over. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm excited to see how much I've saved for my extra debt payment and my what would have been my randomizer, but I'm going to do things a little bit differently this month and potentially going forward. I mentioned a little bit like something needed to change, and I wasn't sure how to go about it. So the extra video that I was going to do today was going to be showing you my Q4 goals and my planner that I have, just kind of set up for really just making the best of the rest of 2024. So 2024, really? They're making the best of 2025. It probably would help if I know what year we were in. That way I can kind of get rid of some of my bad habits I spoke of. Because I'm picking up some I don't know if I'm picking up bad habits, but I don't think I'm truly changing my habits like I have in the past. So I think that's partly where the change needs to come from. So my plan going forward is to still do, I do my budget offline. I don't really show fruit machine. I don't really show everything that because there's not enough time in the world to record everything. And, I just really have been doing all the savings challenges because I'm really in that kind of place of, trying to pay off debt, save money for my emergency fund. So I'm not in like a place where I'm just kind of moving along each month, just saving everything. So that's emptied. I feel like I'm not making a really good explanation of this. Okay, this is some of the collabs, which I think I'm going to put towards debt. Yeah, my friends help me save for debt. That's how I look at it. I have great friends. So going forward for at least the next 3 months, I am going to, whatever I have that's not going to an extra debt payment, I'm going to take and I'm going to use this money to budget for all of my expenses, sinking funds, all that. But my paycheck, when it comes in, will do my bills, kind of like what I do right now. This is exactly what I do right now. However, it's just going to be a little bit more clear. Like at least to me, because I feel like I'm just, money's coming in, money's going out, and I'm not really all Sunday playing with friends. Definitely Judy helping me save for debt. Okay. So otherworldly visitors. I don't know where that's going. That's going to go here for a second. This needs to go back in my binder. Yeah. So I don't know. Do I try to explain it again? I feel like I'm all over the place, but I want to change my spending. So I want to budget, because right now I'm not budgeting very much for sinking funds, expenses. I'm barely doing enough for groceries. I'm not doing any spending money. I'm not doing any of that. So I think part of my worry is that once things get paid off and then I go back to normal, I've been in this go, pay off debt, where I haven't been in the mindset to build my sinking funds and long-term expenses and do all that stuff like I did before. That's kind of was my background before and what I would always do, budgeting. But, doing all these savings challenges is super fun. So I'm like, how can I still do the savings challenges, but go back to my cash envelope. September is still friends. So basically what I'm going to do is still put money towards all my sinking funds or towards savings challenges and my extra debt payoff and all that. But at the end of the month, I'm going to take this money and this is what I'm going to budget towards my long-term expenses. And then my paycheck that comes in will budget for all my bills that I have coming out automatically. And I just keep that money in the bank. And then the rest of the money I take out and put into savings challenges. So I'll just keep repeating that. So whatever's here is going to be what I'm going to put into my sinking fund. So that way I'll have gas money, grocery money, and I'll be in that mindset when it comes time to my debts paid off. I'm still used to doing all these things. I just, instead of saving for an extra debt payment, I'm saving for a month ahead, or I'm saving for more in my emergency fund, or I'm saving for, retirement, whatever it is. That's kind of how. So I'm just trying to change my mindset now. So I'm used to doing all of the money going to my long-term expenses. And I know that some, I don't know how to word this. Some people view, if you have debt, you should pay it all off before you start saving for anything else except for, a little cushion of emergency fund. And I've just, lived a lot of life in my 50 plus years that I know things are going to come up, and I'd rather have my medical sinking fund or my car or something have a nice chunk of money in there and be able to use that instead of hitting my smaller emergency fund, because everything's going to debt, because I just don't want to build that debt back up later. Oh, I hope that makes sense. Okay, this is going to go to this side. And then this was Christmas. But I have a lot of Christmas, so I'm going to donate Christmas to that. And then, so that's kind of my game plan. That's a little bit of change. There's, from your perspective, this video will be similar. This is rando or debt. Okay, we'll do that. And then this is Christmas. Christmas. Ooh, this is going to dogs. I'm going to specifically keep that for the dogs. This says rando. So yeah, so the only thing different that you'll see, at least from your version, rando, will next, and the video I was going to do was going to have like show you how I broke out this money into my sinking funds and how I'm going to track that. But I think I just decided that since next week in my Tuesday video, I'm going to do a breakdown of where I'm at with my debt, show all that. Then I can show, okay, this is what I was able to put into my sinking funds. This is the cash I have on hand. This is what I'm spending from. And then I can, when and if it hits my credit card, if I don't use cash, I can do an unstuffing. I'll do cash condensings, all those things that I enjoy doing, and also keeping me super accountable because I'm touching the money. And it's harder to get rid of cash than it is to swipe a card, in my opinion. This is Christmas. Do I want this to go to Christmas? We'll leave that there. I'll decide later. That's Christmas. Christmas. And then Christmas. All right, so this is... All right, so we have a little bit of money that I don't know what to do. So now I am going to bring over all of my debt money from my Tuesday binder. That's a nice chunk of, let's cover up the paper clips. So I've got money here, here, here. These are all the ones we completed in the fairy tale binder and on Tuesday. That's amazing. So all of this goes to debt. So yeah, so Tuesday will be a really good video to catch, to see kind of where I'm at with my debt, how much progress I've made. I would have made the extra debt payment by that point, so I can kind of give my balance. And there was a little bit of life things happening, so there is a small change to my debt, and I will explain it in great detail, well, in as much detail as I can on Tuesday as well. So just a little teaser for you to come back and check me out. Okay. Okay, so I still have Otherworldly Visitors for $444, and my I Want It Now from Holly at Kingdom Planning. I paused that. So it doesn't look like there's that much in here. So I think I'm going to put Holly's that I finished into this. Okay, so now I'm going to add up Christmas, because what I say, wow, that's $321. Oh my goodness. So what I saved before for Christmas, I divvied up to Babe. So between us, I want us to have kind of a certain amount, and I'm still going to save for Christmas. It's not, this isn't the end. Because all my Halloween stuff that I'm going to do in October, I don't need all of that to go to Halloween. So Okay, so that's Christmas. This is Christmas. And then dogs. Christmas. So cute. Christmas. Oh my goodness, not more Christmas. I loved doing this one. Oh, I'm already sad that I'm finished. Okay, so that's done. This is going to dogs and this is going to landscaper. Okay, so I'm going to leave these two attached to their challenge. So before I do anything else, I will add it up. So right now I'm going to add up Christmas. So I'm going to get out my little composition notebook. This is one of my little fall themed ones with the sparkle overlay. And this one has the matte finish. No overlay, I guess. So let's go to, so we're doing the month end for September. So right now I'm adding up Christmas. And then I know I had dogs, landscaper, and then I'm going to call it Rando, but I'm not going to randomize the money. I'm going to actually budget it out, but Rando is super easy to say. And then debt. We will add that up. Okay, so let's do Christmas first. Oh my goodness. All right. Do I want to start there? Do I want to start? Let's start here because there's a lot of ones. $642 for Christmas. That's a very nice amount. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do from my Otherworldly Visitors one, that saved me a ton. I still don't know what to do. All right, so I'm going to add $8 is what I'm going to do to make it 650 is going to be my Christmas. $8. $650 Christmas. And this is Otherworldly Visitors. I still don't know where to put that. So we're going to come over here for Christmas and I'm going to write 650. The dogs are getting 30. I just don't want to deprive them of that. So they're, and then landscaper is also getting 30 because he is coming any day now and I want to make sure I have some money in there. Okay, so I'm going to just put those to the side because those are going to go straight into my binder after this. Now, I wish I had a really cute like envelope to put these in, but I do, but it's in the safe. So we're going to get a red paper clip and a green paper clip. Christmas. Okay, so we're going to move that. That will go into the safe. And I'll probably deposit that $6.50 into my high yield and just put it in my Christmas bucket because I use SoFi and I have buckets in my savings account. So I will just do that. And then whenever, if I purchase something, I can always transfer money over to my checking and just pay the bill from there. Okay, so this is debt. And then this is going to be the randomizer or whatever we're calling it. So I'm going to add this one up first to kind of get an idea of what that is. I probably should have added up a tentative amount of what I want for my expenses this month, but I did not do that because this is my first time doing it in a long time. So I really just do the bare minimum and everything has been thrown at debt. So that's why I feel like I've had some really large amounts because that's all my money. I don't really give myself spending money. I have very little in my wallet. So I just want to change that. I want to give myself a little bit of wiggle room so I feel like I can spend a little bit in a controlled amount and then everything else can go to debt and I can still pay that down and just kind of change how I'm approaching this because I feel like I don't want to burn out with like go, go, go. And then all of a sudden in 6 months, I'm back to credit card debt and I have to, do this all over again. I want to solve my problem as best I can right now and just move forward the best I can. So many words. So I'm going to add up all of those ones. I'll be right back, or I'll be back in like 10 minutes. All right, $779. All right, I think that's good. I don't really know. I think that's great, actually. So I'm going to add $21. So we have $800 in my randomizer. So that means all of this from my alien book that I did from Mini Brick Budgets will go into that. So let's write $800 in Rando. Okay, now it's time to figure out this. We're going to switch. I'm going to take a little sip. Okay. Now, Like I did a prelim thing in my debt binder night video, but now I'm like, what if I was wrong? What if it's not that much? So we're just gonna figure it out. Okay. $2,773 going towards debt. $800 going towards my sinking funds. And building up that habit of, saving for things, long-term expenses and medical expenses, and just having cash in my wallet to do whatever I want, dining out and still enjoying life, but also still being able to do this. This is amazing. Wow. All right. How much was it for dogs? $30. You know what I might do? Don't tell the dog. I'm going to make it $2,800. Well, I'll do that later. I'll probably round it up to $2,800 and just take it from the dogs because I can put more money to the dogs than that. So let's write this number down. I don't know why it's like all the way down here. It needed its own section. Okay. What? That's crazy. Last month I saved $2,600. This one, granted, I did a bunch of the quarterly ones, like Danny's bingo one, that was almost $150. Save with Judy, her gnomes was almost $200. So there was a lot of like collabs and stuff that I did that I didn't finish last month that I finished in this month. Wow. That's just, all right. Okie dokie. All right. I don't know how to end this. Okay, bye. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so happy Wednesday, happy new month, new quarter. You know, if you're not where you want to be financially, you know, I'm not where I want to be, but this gives me promise. This gives me a lot of, like, I'm doing something right, but I also am worried, you know, I'm listening to my gut and I'm listening to, you know, if you watch my other video, I felt like I was doing too much with some of the collabs and all that. So I'm really trying to pay attention to my thoughts and my habits and all that, so I can just make sure I'm moving forward doing what's best for me and my family financially. So this feels good. I will draw a budget up for this and probably do a quick video on me stuffing that. And maybe on Sunday, now that I've taken some of the collabs out, the video won't be as long, I don't think. So maybe I can sneak a little cash stuffing in there, or maybe it'll be a member video. I'm not sure how I'll do that, but I appreciate you guys coming along. I know a lot of you are really rooting me on, and I just can't thank you enough for that. And, you know, seeing what my extra debt payment was, you just left the nicest comments. So it's really going to be $2,800 is what I'm going to shoot for. Sorry, dogs. You're going to have $3. Okay, so yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, a great October, and until next time, take care. Bye.